So if I have 1 all over what? A raised power m, right? So like I said earlier, if my a is coming up, it will be 1 times a raised power what? Minus m. Since the m is coming up, it will attract a negative sign, and that will give me a raised power what? Minus m, because any 1 times any value will give you that value. Is that okay? So example of that law is that if I have 1 all over what? 2 raised power what? 3. So it's going to give me 1 times 2 raised power what? Minus 3. Are we good? So which is the same thing as saying 1 over what? 8, or same as saying 8 raised power what? Minus 1. Any of them. Is that okay? So now the next thing we'll do here, number 5. If I have the square root of a, and I have my m here, and I have my n here, so it means that my am will remain, whatever is inside here will be under my m. Example, if I have 64 and I have this, probably I'll put it, I have 3 here and I have 2, this point here, right? Or I'll just put it this way, and I have 2. So what it means is that it will be 64 raised to the power of what? 2. Remain that way. Then whatever is inside here will be here. Is that okay? And we know very well that 64 to its lowest form is 4 raised to power 3. That's 64. Because 4 raised to power 3 is 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. And raised to the power of what? 2 over 3. Like I taught in my last video, you can still be written as what? 4 raised to power what? 3 over 1 times what? 2 over 3. So 3 will equate 3. We are left with what? 4 raised to power what? 2, which is what? 8. That be 16, sorry. To give us 16. So that is for that. Then the next one we're talking about will be for 6. For example, 6. If I have am is equals to what? An. Since the bases are equal, they are going to equate. So my answer will not give me my m will be equal to what? My n. Similarly, if I have m raised power y is equals to what? N raised power y. My answer will be what? They have the same power, so the power will equate each other. So my m will still be equal to what? N. So this is in 2 different scenarios. When the bases are equal, they equate each other to remain the power, and when the power are equal, the power equal each other, it remains the base. Is that taken? So let's now see this example of this. So example now, if I have a raised to power what? X 2 over 3 is equals to what? A raised to the power of what? Y. Right? Since the bases are equal, the a will equate each other, so my y will be equals to what? 2 over 3. That is one here. So an examples like that will be coming forth. Is that okay? So now you need to also know that anything raised to the power of what? 0 will give you 1. Right? No matter what it is, as long as raised to power 0 will give you 1. 1 million raised to power 0 will give you 1. 2 million raised to the power 0 will give you 1. The entire world raised to the power 0 will give you 1. So you should know this, that whatever is raised to the power 0 will also give you 1. Are we good? So that is for that. So the other law that we're having now will be if you have m times n raised to the power n, it will give us mn times what? nn, right? You shared in between both of them. So example of this illustration here is that if I have 3 times 2 raised to the power of what? 2. It simply means 3 raised to the power 2 times 2 raised to the power what? 2. And that will give us what? 9 times what? 4. So the 9 times 4 there will be 36. That will be what? 36. That will be the 9 times 4. So it comes in different fashion. That means if I now have 3 times 5 raised to the power what? N, it means it is what? 3 raised to the power n times what? 5 raised to the power what? N. So don't forget this illustration. Now the next one, now there's something I want to just know. When you have A over what? B, right? I said it earlier, or we can say maybe, or we have X over Y. Use anyone. Now we know something for sure, that my A has a silent one close to it, and my B also have a silent one close to it, right? So if my B, as it has a silent one, is like saying A times 1 all over what? 1 times B, right? And there's a silent one here. There's a silent one here, also the power. So if this B, 1 times B raised to the power 1 will give B raised to the power 1. But if this B is coming up, it will give me A raised to the power 1 times B raised to the power what? Minus 1. Because the B is coming up. So we'll be having A times B raised to the power what? Minus 1. Are we good? Also, if I have 1 times A over 1 times B, which is saying A over B, right? So if my A is coming down, it will be left with the 1. So I'll be having 1 all over B times A raised to the power what? Minus 1. Because you know both of them has the power of 1 here. So when the A is coming down, it becomes negative. Or when the B is going up, it becomes negative. So you should always remember this. Thank you very much.